We're
What are you
terrible
doing?
parents. We're terrible
I know.
parents.
I know. I know. We're shit.
I know.
We're
Well,
shit at that.
let's hop to it. I'm very excited.
Oh, welcome to our podcast, Sucks Brother.
Woo! All right.
WrestleMania.
Wait,
All
Brim,
right.
before
Yeah,
you go,
before I go.
to get us back on topic before
True.
we begin, Brimmy, you've listened to your fair share of Taylor Swift songs.
I have
What's your favorite? Give me your top three off debut.
Tim McGraw, number one.
Yeah.
Probably Tim McGraw, number two. And then third, curveball, Tim McGraw. Tim McGraw, big fan of Tim McGraw.
So okay. So you just like Tim McGraw off that
He's
first
lying.
album?
He's lying. There are two
Okay.
others that have cracked his top 10 Taylor's favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. He just refuses to acknowledge their existence.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. He's in a
Oh,
silly, goofy mood. He
oh,
does love
that's a
Tim
freak of
McGraw
one.
though. It's like a weird, it's become an inside joke with my group
The
of
other
friends
Swifties.
who are big Taylor Swift fans. Yeah, Bram just really
Okay.
loves Tim McGraw.
All right, welcome to our offshoot music review podcast. We're going to, or I don't know if it's an offshoot, a full offshoot that we're doing yet, or if we're gonna just like occasionally have episodes like this, but we're gonna take a look at some albums. And the first one that we're gonna do is Tamara.
Is Taylor Swift Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift! Taylor
Yay!
Swift, Taylor Swift. My favorite Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift.
Your favorite Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift? I don't know.
Yes, of all.
There's 12 albums. So for the purpose of this podcast, I don't you tell me about your relationship to Taylor Swift, Adam. What do you before we dive into your experience listening to Taylor Swift, what's your
Mhm.
experience like with Taylor Swift?
I'm so glad that you would ask me this question, Tamara, because it is a history. See, I was about in high school, I'd like to say,
Hmm.
when Taylor Swift was getting like really popular. It was when I first heard the name Taylor Swift. And this was in a part of my life that I'm not super proud of. So I was part of the crowd that was just like, "Oh, it's music for girls." Like.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, it was such an inescapable, like Taylor was so inescapable on radio back when,
Yeah.
we listened to the radio that it very, I was very quickly after that point of like learning about her was exposed to her songs in a very consistent way.
Yeah.
And so I kind of found that they were earworms, particularly early on. I remember really liking Love Story and You Belong With Me, which like, I mean, who didn't, right?
Oh, damn. So you're like so Fearless came out in '08. When did
Mm.
you really start hearing it?
I want to say oh eight, huh? Again, I want
I'm
to say
pretty
high
sure.
school. I don't want to. I don't think that when I was in grade school it was much of a thing, but like high school, I want to say was when I really like learned that like Taylor Swift started to be a thing in my brain. Um,
Fair. So like would you
then
say like around would you say it was yeah, it first came out in '08. Would you say you first started just for those who are I guess
I'd say
Swift pilled?
2010,
Okay, so you
2010.
started listening when like Speak Now was released. Yeah,
Probably is
but
about right. And I mean, listening is a little bit of a strong word. Again, it was more like hearing on the radio
okay.
until I think the one that kind of like there were a couple of songs that beyond You Belong With Me and Love Story that won me over, including our song and Mean really won
Oh,
me over.
hell yeah.
Um, and we'll get into the fact that, I mean, I guess I'll just front load this by saying our song is on the debut album. I don't know what to say about it. I love it. It's a great song. Um,
Yeah.
I have a lot of nostalgia for it. So
So past, I guess, Speak Now, past 2010, did you ever listen to like Red when it came out or any of the other 12 albums?
no. No, I just I again, it was for me the big Swift songs were the ones that got really popular on the radio, and then from there on out, like, I don't know, around like grade 12, somebody was just like, "Hey, have you ever heard of Three Days Grace?" And that became kind of my music taste for like the
Fair,
next 5 years. So,
fair.
like,
So
not a lot of room for
that's fair. So have you have I know this answer, but have you ever listened to anything past Speak Now then? Like what other like did you hear I mean, like you don't have to name them obviously because that would take a while, but like what other sort of like did you have any contact with Taylor Swift via cultural osmosis for her next albums?
Yes, absolutely. I think
Okay.
it would be
The
about
only contact I'm interested in, brother, is the
is full
contact at
contact in a full Nelson
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
I'm so glad this is gonna appeal to so many of these.
I'm specifically going to jump scare the Swifties by like amplifying Bram's voice saying WrestleMania
Of
into the
course.
next dimension.
Oh my God. You're gonna bust everyone's headphones. Sorry. Bram just gave me a raw cookie. It's fine. It's
A
like cooked.
raw
It's just
cookie?
very, very mushy.
Oh, I honestly, hot take, that is my favorite kind of cookie. I'm a huge fan of like squishy, potentially salmonella giving cookies.
Fair. I mean, these ones are fine because they're vegan, so I don't think there's
Hmm.
eggs in them. It's just I was hoping they would be good podcast food where like you could not tell that my throat was coated in chocolate chips. But alas, they are not.
Alas, they're squishy cookies.
They're a little squishy. Um, but yeah, no. So yeah, like I guess it's interesting, right? Because I feel like it's such a different kind of came into contact with
Hmm.
Taylor Swift and how like, she was kind of like a presence, I think, especially for our age group for most of our lives.
I'd say so. I'd really argue that because yeah, I did I think that the next song that I really remember being like a huge thing, oh God, was it Blank Space? Was it just like it just came up every so often?
Yeah.
Um I remember something in the cultural zeitgeist of about around Bad Blood. For some reason, Bad Blood really got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out of order, like going out of order of like songs that just sort of, or songs or albums that just really kind of, uh, again, that I had actually heard or listened to.
Fair.
But that's kind of what it was. Like whenever there was like a big hit song,
Yeah.
I would definitely have heard of it or more likely heard it.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Again, it was like she's kind of inescapable, I think, for our generation, especially. I uh, I like to call myself currently a born again Taylor Swift fan. Because I was there in 2008 when Fearless first came out. I was obsessed with it. It was my favorite album, and I looked up Taylor because I had an iPod at the time in 2008, and I saw she had another album, which is debut, and so
Mm.
I love these two albums. I think Fearless it's kind of hard because there's so many like I have like nostalgic favorites from both of them, but Fearless was like the first album I listened to on my own as
Mm.
a 12-year-old. I was like 12, 13 when it came out.
Okay.
And I also was going through my first breakups. So
Oh.
the like
Uh,
White Horse was the anthem for my breakup with my second boyfriend, also Forever and Always, screaming that as a teenager in my basement and crying over it. Phenomenal. Nothing will compare the experience of being a teenager or a tween with Taylor Swift's music. And just
yeah.
like growing up with like Should Have Said No, Picture to Burn, Forever, like phenomenal. I like it really helped me get through my first two breakups. Like it really did.
Yeah, those seem like fantastic songs to just, to process some emotions,
Oh
to
yeah,
just go through it, like just bros going
absolutely.
through it kind of thing.
Absolutely. And then Speak Now came out. I was in I think it was either late grade 9 or early grade 10. Loved it. My favorite Taylor Swift song of all time to this day is Sparks Fly, which is
Mm,
off Speak Now.
mm.
I loved that album as well too. And then I think it was in like I had started discovering like the alternative music genre on iTunes because my parents refused to let me download music.
Fair.
So I kind of started getting into it. But before I fully got into it, this is such a weird tangent. I shot myself in the foot because in like 2009, my dad was like, "Hey, you love Taylor Swift. Do you want to go see Fearless, like her tour?" And I was like, "No, only rich people go to concerts. We cannot afford to go to
Bruh.
Taylor Swift, father."
Bruh.
And I missed out
Oh,
on the tour.
that's a tragedy.
I'm so looking back, I'm so sad because I was so obsessed with it. Like my the first music video I ever bought was Love Story. My mom loved Taylor Swift as well because she was such a good role model for girls because I'm born in 95 and Taylor's born in 1989. So she's like a couple like within 5, 6 years older than me.
Hmm.
So like listening to the song like 15 off Fearless when I was starting high school was like, it was really nice to have that. It was like a big sister giving advice because I
Oh,
never
I
had
love
that.
15. I love 15.
It goes so hard. And
Goes
like,
crazy.
again, I loved her music. I loved the first three albums. My mom's a big Joni Mitchell fan, so there's a lot of parallels that people like to make between Joni Mitchell and Taylor Swift. My
Is it
mom,
really?
yes, my
Hmm.
mom loved Taylor Swift. She was really encouraging me to get into her. And yeah, a lot of my like formative music memories are from Fearless debut and Speak Now. So I'm
I'm gonna
biased.
shoot just to sort of I don't know, maybe avoid getting flamed in the comments or get flamed more in the comments, but whatever. Uh I this is gonna color my music opinions, but speaking of Joni Mitchell, up until a couple of years ago, and thanks to Tamara, I thought that Big Yellow Taxi was a Counting Crows song. So
Horrible.
just yeah,
It,
as we continue into this, bear in mind
And
I
that's the
don't know
worst version
music.
too, the Counting Crows version. Either way,
Mm.
but yeah, I feel like so many girls of the time, I was infected with the "I'm not like other girls" thing after Speak Now came out when I was in like grade 11 because I fell into alternative music, and I just stopped listening. I heard the radio hits off Red, and I was like, "Fuck this! I hate pop music. I do not listen to pop
Mm.
music." I was like 16, 17, and
Mm.
then after that. I remember watching Look What You Made Me Do, the music video, with my
Mm.
mom when it premiered at the VMAs randomly. We watched it online and we're both like, what in the fuck are we watching?
What happens?
And I was on Tumblr, so like Taylor Swift was everywhere on Tumblr. So like I didn't sit and listen to 1989. However, I knew most of the songs just from cultural osmosis. And I really
Mm.
liked like Style and Blank Space. And Wildest Dreams, etc. But yeah, I didn't really listen to a Taylor Swift song after Look What You Made Me Do until Midnights came out. And I heard a bit of it and I was like, it's kind of mid. But my friend, you don't have to bleep her name, my friend Megan was like, hey, Tamara, you need to listen to these two albums that came out during the pandemic, like Folklore and Evermore. You need to listen to them. They're amazing. And I was like I really like her old stuff, but some of the pop stuff isn't written as well. And Megan was like, no, you need to listen to them right now. So I went and I listened, and then the Eras tour happened, and it was brain rotted again.
And it ate your life for a little bit, and it was great.
Yeah, it still is. I mean, like it was just such a big again, like I didn't really have my like Taylor's music when I was like 12 was kind of again the first sort of stuff I got really into because before that it was like music from the 60s and Broadway musicals and like Israeli folk music. I shit you not. Like
Yeah.
and like again my dad's taste in music, so this was the first artist like I really liked. So I have like not to pull up my Swiftie card, I have the homophobic version of Picture to Burn on iTunes. I have that.
uh,
That is my Swiftie card that I pull out is I have the homophobic version, and like I have the original sheet music for the first three albums that I purchased in like 2008 for the first two, and then like 2010 when Speak Now came out, because I used to play
mm,
them on the piano because can't really find pop music books, but loved Fearless, so I got the first books.
But you
But
can
yeah.
absolutely do it for
Oh yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how, yeah, maybe this is a, I guess you could say a lot about this, but it's interesting how I think we had parallel journeys, I guess, in terms of music because I also like until I started listening to like what my like I said I gave 3 Days Grace as a example, but like overall like I think that first like mixtape that the guy made for me I think it had it had Meteora and Minutes to Midnight from Linkin Park, and I think X or 1X from 3 Days Grace, I think is what the album was called, and like a couple of other things that I can't remember. Um, and that also again set me on like that was all I listened to for a really long time,
Yeah.
and then that set me on to, you know, seeking out music that wasn't like Polish music or that one Gypsy Kings album.
Oh
So
my God.
like
Yeah. So it's interesting. But yeah,
Mhm.
I guess it's interesting, right? Because you start developing your music taste and then you just sort of see where it goes. And sometimes it takes you right back to that place. Much like Taylor Swift did. And I gotta say, like, it was really fun when Tortured Poets came out. I was deep in my Swiftie brain rot, and I listened to
Mm,
it. I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning listening to the standard and anthology, and like it was really fun to have that experience again of like being there night of and listening to it and really enjoying it. I have no shame. I enjoy Tortured Poets a lot. It's kind of risen up the ranks in like her overall album ranking. But
mm,
speaking of rankings, Adam. Do you want
ranking
to start with your let's start with your highlights. What songs or moments from the songs were highlights for you off of Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I highlights. I think highlights songs. Again, I'm not gonna again spend too much time talking about our song, other than to say that again, I think it's remains probably my favorite song off of the album, and that's probably mostly Nostalgia Goggles.
Yeah.
Um, However, the other one I remember standing out to me was I'm gonna pull up the track list again just to fully remember. I remember I think what was it? Trying to find my place or
A
place in
Place in
this
This
world?
World.
Place in this
Yeah.
world. Yeah, I really liked that one.
It's so fucking
Uh,
good. It's so
I
fucking
thought it
good.
was yeah, I thought it was just a great one. Um, I also remember really liking. Should have said no
Oh fuck yeah.
for the same reason that it just kind of felt a little bit like a departure from the from like Tamara told me like going into this that like there's gonna be like you know this is Taylor's debut album. Be prepared for a lot of like stadium country pandering techniques in
Yeah.
this album, and oh boy, there's a lot of that shit.
The twang. I love the
The
twang.
fucking twang. God fucking damn it. Every fucking
So good.
song. I couldn't fucking believe I got to like I was like plankton by the time that like teardrops on my guitar was play started playing. I was just like stop. Stop playing the
Oh,
fucking banjo in the back.
I love it.
God.
I love the country. I love the twang. It's to a point where like if I do karaoke with friends, I will put on a twang if I sing a debut or fearless song. Like
Do you
it's
okay, wait, are you
infectious.
talking about a vocal twang?
Yeah, yeah. When she's
Oh.
like the like her country inflection that she puts on. She's from Pennsylvania. Um she moved to Nashville when she was 13, 14, 15, to try to get a record deal. But yeah, she's from Pennsylvania. That country accent is all forced,
Is
y'all.
bullshit?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
no no no.
it's like me saying y'all.
Yeah.
It is not real, but it
It is
is
complete.
infectious.
I mean, it is, I think it fits some of the music, but I was more talking about the instrumentation because even the instrumentation is like, there's that background banjo
Oh,
in a lot of these songs that is, again, that is
and
just so irritatingly pandering and so
what?
not like I don't think that it necessarily detracts too much from any of the songs, but it makes them sound it's weird, especially in the context or when put beside shoulda said no, which is how this tangent got started, and it's a highlight for me because it's more of a song. It reminds me of what was that song? We were listening in the car to the song that was like a little bit more like punk, not punk-ish, but
Oh, it was better than Revenge.
Better Than Revenge.
Yeah,
Yes, Better
yeah.
Than Revenge. Should have said no reminded me a little bit of Better Than Revenge, but again, with that, like I like Better Than Revenge because it doesn't have a fucking banjo going in the back.
I love a
Um,
banjo and the fiddle. Come on, should have said
and
no.
the
Is the
fucking
fiddle?
fiddle, fucking
It's a
fiddle.
country
Fuck,
album.
but
She was a
fuck,
country artist until Red, and then
take
19.
that piece of shit fiddle and burn it. Shove it up your ass. You're not a country singer.
I mean, she
Oh
was though. Like
God.
that's how she started. She was a country singer.
From Pennsylvania.
Yeah, she moved to Nashville. She was a huge country music fan as a kid and then started writing. Like her first the first single was Tim McGraw and it was named as such because she was a huge Tim McGraw fan and she wanted it to be recognized by the country radio stations. And it worked because Taylor's first tour of sorts during debut was opening for Tim McGraw.
Which is cool, and it's a
It's
good thing
smart.
that it's smart,
It's a
absolutely.
savvy business move. But yeah, she was
It
a country singer. Like that's where she started. Like Red Red lost album of the year because it was quote unquote sonically incohesive because she had the like dubstep pop songs, but the rest of Red is still very country. Like she started off this way until 1989. She was a country girl.
All right, I recognize that, and I understand it. It does not stop it from making me physically angry because it's not the fact that there are country elements to her music. It's the fact that it sounds like, especially like early on, at some point, I think I was just able to kind of like I don't know, maybe I just went kind of insane, and so I stopped noticing it. But in that first stretch, it's if you listen to it, it sounds like the same instrumentation and like they're basically playing like the same shit on this fiddle and this banjo that they have going on in the back. Like it's pandery, you know? It's very like, oh yeah, there needs to be a fiddle here and a banjo here because, you know, it's like playing to the algorithm where I don't think that they sonically they actually contribute too much to the songs, particularly not fucking teardrops on my guitar. So
I
I don't
love it.
fucking
It's a mandolin there. I love the mandolin. I mean,
I'm
I have bad nostalgia goggles because like for the most part, the only songs that I did not like as a child were I didn't love Tied Together with Smile. I didn't love A Perfectly Good Heart, and I didn't love Invisible. The rest of it were bangers and I loved it. Like I there's so many songs off this album I love. But I mean I like the country stuff. I really enjoy the Taylor Swift does country. Again, like, yeah, the twang is fake. However, you know, when she says, coming back around here would be bad for your health. Yeah, it is. It works. Picture to Burn is
uh,
chef's kiss. Chef's
that's fine.
kiss.
I can tolerate the twang. I just wish the instrumentation was a little bit different. But we digress.
Fair.
Um
Well, there will be a banjo and a fiddle in Fearless, but
Man, fuck
they
me.
they they do get dropped. I will say though, like they are used to, she refines the country a little more and it kind of goes like a bit of a pop country crossover for Fearless, but you will leave most of the country behind after this.
All right. I mean, that's good to hear because I just whatever.
That's fair. Hey,
Um
you're entitled to your opinion. You,
yeah.
you also don't have the same like extreme nostalgia goggles, right? Like
No.
for me, in Teardrops on My Guitar, like, yes, give me the mandolin. Drew needs to look at me. This is what has to happen. Like that's just normal. I don't know. It'll be interesting to hear. But yeah, so highlights. What about do you have like do you want to give me like your top five?
Top five.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll freebie top spot. Actually, you know what? I will just not mention it. I'd say uh I'd say should have said no. Top of the list here. I really liked it. Um I I also kind of liked Stay Beautiful.
Oh, so good.
I kind of want to put that at number two. Um so should have said no, Stay Beautiful. I'd say three, A Place in This World.
Hell yeah.
And then four, I'm Only Me When I'm With You.
Hell yeah.
I really like that one as well. And um, number five. You know what? I'm gonna say number five, Teardrops on My Guitar, specifically the pop version.
Oh, the pop version is so wrong. I heard it like for the first time today,
Yeah, take
accidentally.
that,
I was
fucking
like,
country
oh,
fans.
oh, it was so bad. It felt
I
so
like the
wrong.
pop one.
Oh, it felt so wrong.
Nah,
Felt so wrong.
I'm sticking to my guns there. I like that one.
Fair.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
My top five, A Place in This
Hmm.
World was like my favorite song off this album as a child. I loved
Mm,
it so much. I was so obsessed with it. So that's like number one.
mm,
Um, this is such a brain rot moment. She played it at the last Eras tour show, like ever, as like
mm,
the second close, like the guitar surprise song, and everyone, not everyone, but like there were a lot of people like in the community, and even like some of my friends were like, "Oh, this song fucking sucks," and I'm like, "You weren't there in 2008." Like I was
you don't
you don't
understand.
understand. She's on her own. But I loved it. I love that song. I still do. It still fucking holds up. It was one of the first songs she wrote with The Outside. It was the first two she wrote. She was 13 when she wrote those songs,
Mm.
which is
Yeah, you
crazy
mentioned that.
to like a 13-year-old wrote like really coherent like songs with like they have a message, they've got a purpose, they've got a story. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're no mbop, but they're pretty good.
Bringing Hanson into this.
I love them. I love the fact that that exists.
It's phenomenal. Oh yeah, so A Place in This World, number one. The Outside, number two. I'm Only Me When I'm With You. I love that song, even still.
Mm.
I bought, the Wii game Band Hero?
Yeah, I saw that briefly in the show notes. I was like,
Yes.
what's happening here? What are you gonna say?
I made my parents buy me Band Hero so I could sing I'm Only Me When I'm With You on my Wii as karaoke.
Because was Band Hero the only one that had it?
I believe so. She also was on
Uh,
the like Disney Sing Along Pop Hits Wii game as well too, which I made my parents buy because she
what's
was on there.
what's what's that relationship? Because Taylor is Taylor somehow like associated with Disney or
She's
what
not a
happened?
she's not a Disney girl, so to speak. Her record label was Big Machine Records. And Scott Borchetta was her manager up until the Lover album.
Hmm.
And I think she had a development deal with Sony as well too. But no, she was the same age as a bunch of the Disney stars. She also was friends and dated some of them. Like she dated Joe Jonas famously.
True.
So
Hmm.
she was kind of around those girls a lot. Also, people like really like to bring her and Miley together. Taylor actually has a phenomenal song on the Hannah Montana movie soundtrack, Crazier, which was also a childhood favorite of mine. And she also wrote a song for Miley to sing for Hannah Montana, the movie as well too.
Oh,
So
which one?
you'll
Was it
always find
Hoedown?
your way. No, it's you'll always find your way back home.
Okay.
I know you're gonna say
Interesting.
hoedown, throwdown. Jesus Christ.
That was just racist of me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a good one. Um, but yeah, no, so like there's they were never like friends. They actually did a horrible duet together of 15 and another song, and it was pretty cringy. But yeah,
Hmm.
no, it was they were like sort of tangentially associated. And like of course Taylor Swift was like, the good Christian girl who had a really good girl image, so like she was squeaky clean, so it was cool for her to be associated with Disney.
I guess that
But
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't like exclusively related to Disney as far as I know. But yeah, either way, back to the ranking. Place in This World, The Outside. I'm only being with when I'm with you. I love Should Have Said No. I love Picture to Burn, and like I had to include Teardrops on my guitar in our song because I also loved those as a kid too.
Mm,
I really do love this album. It's there are definitely some like not so great songs, like A Perfectly Good Heart and Tied Together with a Smile,
yeah.
and Invisible, but like I think the fact that there's only three songs that kind of drag out of what, like a 14 track album for a
Mm.
debut is pretty phenomenal.
I okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that any of them are like really big stinkers. I would say there's a couple of other songs that are slightly different that I actually think were kind of a drag to listen to and I thought were pretty forgettable. They're not the ones that you've talked about so far, which is
Not
interesting.
Mary's song.
Uh, Other than the fact that I think it contributes to the Gaylor conspiracy, which I'm a huge fan of, no, I didn't really like Mary's song.
Mary's song is so straight. No, the Gaylor conspiracy is the black dress in Tim
Didn't it
McGraw. Because
didn't
who's
it
wearing the
say
black dress?
isn't it at the beginning of the What, do you think it's Tim McGraw?
No, well, it's during Tim McGraw when it's just like
McGraw in a tight black jacket.
no, it's not Tim McGraw himself, but like if you listen to the lyrics, it's think of that little black dress and my head on your chest in my old favorite faded blue jeans. So
Yeah.
who's in the little black dress?
I
Taylor's in
think
the
it's
jeans.
I think it's the girl that Taylor was dating at the time. Wasn't there a part in Mary's song early on that was just like I was 9 and she was 7 or something?
No, it's
How
a
was
guy.
Is it a guy?
It's a
Ah,
guy. Yeah.
fucking hell. Ah, well, then yeah, Mary's song is mid.
I think it's cute. I liked that one as a kid, but like it wasn't as great. I think I would put like Stay Beautiful above Mary's song and Cold as You, personally.
Yeah, I don't like Cold as You. Cold as You, I zoned out. I was just like, this is really boring.
Fair. Well, I mean, that's the first. It started. I don't know if she realized it, but I think she did because there's this thing with Taylor Swift's music where the fifth track of every album is the emotional crux, or it's like it's usually the saddest song, except for a couple exceptions, but it's kind of like the like emotional peak of the album. It's the saddest song.
Is it?
Hmm.
Okay. I guess, yeah, now that I look at it, yeah, the rest of them are like either generally happy or like
Hmm.
maybe like wistful, but
Yeah.
Cold as You is really like, oh yeah, this sucks.
Yeah.
Eh,
And then Fearless, track five is White Horse. I think Dear John is the track five for Speak Now. So it's like a thing. It continues even up until like Torture Poets Department. Like it's a
interesting.
thing. Every track five is the emotional like high point. But yeah, it's I wish you had seen the music videos because for Picture to Burn, there's some also like phenomenal Swiftie lore there with the famous Abigail from 15 is in that music video with Taylor, and they have the campiest dialogue where they're like spying on Taylor's ex,
Uh,
and he's just like, he let her drive the truck, he never let me drive the truck, and then the song just starts. It's beautiful.
does she do it in that accent,
Yes.
really?
He
Oh,
let her drive the
fucking
truck.
God.
He never let me drive the truck.
That's so insufferable.
They are not actresses by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I picked up on the fact that Taylor is not an actress from what was that song? Me something? What was it? Where she starts speaking French and she doesn't know how at the beginning of it. Do you remember? You showed me
Oh,
this.
me. Hee hee.
Is it just me?
Yeah, the song's called
Okay.
Me. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Wow. Yeah, I hated I realized she was not an actress at that point.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Valentine's Day? It's painful.
No, and I
Oh,
don't want to.
I went to go see it in theaters because Taylor Swift was in it. I was obsessed. Like I used to collect magazines with her in it. It was
Damn.
I was obsessed. I was obsessed with her clothing style as well too. Yeah. I was a huge fan
Yeah,
as a kid. Huge fan.
that's fair.
Um, but yeah, no, she was in the movie Valentine's Day with Taylor Lautner. That's how they met. And
Huh.
it's painful. It's painful, but I remember really loving it as a kid.
Oh yeah, that's it. Because yeah, she was dating Taylor Lautner. I remember that also
Yeah.
for a little while. People being like, "Oh my God, if they get married, she's like it's gonna be Taylor or like two Taylor Lautners," and I'm
Yeah.
like, they're not getting
No,
married.
but Taylor Lautner did marry another girl named Taylor.
Oh well,
Yeah. His wife's named Taylor as well too.
that's wow.
Yeah.
He was really insistent on that, huh?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, like they're cool now. Taylor Lautner famously has one of the few songs where Taylor Swift apologizes to him in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. He's one of the few men that gets an apology song.
Because what, she like put him on blast in one of them, and then
Oh
like,
no, she just apologizes because he essentially the pervasive thought is that they broke up because he was kind of too nice. And then she
huh.
started dating John Mayer, which is way worse.
Uh, yeah, that's definitely jumping from
Yeah,
one end of the spectrum to the other.
he was 32 and she was 19 as well.
Gosh.
Yeah.
John May we're still talking about John Mayer?
John Mayer,
All
yeah.
right, cool. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Kind of
Um
weird.
yeah, wait till we get to speak now. Either way, lot of fun highlights. A lot of fun
Yeah.
highlights. Do you have any favorite lyrics from any songs if you can remember them?
Um, specifically,
Yeah, if you can remember.
I actually remember liking Stay Beautiful and Tied Together with a Smile from a lyrical perspective.
Really?
Uh, I like that I like that you should have said no. It goes from, you should have known that word about what you did with her to get back to me, and I should have been there in the back of your mind. I shouldn't
Yeah.
be asking myself why you. I shouldn't be asking myself. Well, I just liked that sort of play um with the chorus. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, it was awesome.
Um,
That's another one she wrote by herself.
yeah, it's I should have been there in the back of your mind. I like that one.
Yeah.
She wrote that. Sorry, what?
She wrote our song, Should Have Said No, The Outside, and A Place in This World completely by herself. Like there are no
Okay,
co-writers. That is all her doing all the writing.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's I think it's some of her strong, well, not strongest, but like stronger work for sure.
hmm Yeah, I can't think of any other like real standout lyrics that like really sort of stuck in my brain. Um, yeah, I just kind of liked a lot of the music, and I think that there was one that I thought had a really interesting kind of it seemed very fun to sing, and I found myself like singing along
Hmm.
on the second chorus. I can't remember exactly which one,
Do you remember like what like how it
what
went?
it sounded. No, I'm kind of pulling like I think my brain's breaking a little bit. It's a little late at the moment where we're re recording this, so I'd have to pull it open, but it had these like long high notes, but ones that you were still like reachable for, I think, most people that seem very fun to belt. So can't remember.
Okay.
I'd have to. I'll let you know when we talk again, or I'll put it in terms of like maybe
Post.
I'll do both. Is I'll put it in post. I'll be like, hey, this is editing Adam, and this is the song that I'm talking about.
Okay. Was there a lot of fiddle in it? Was there a banjo?
Potentially, this would have been at the point where my brain started filtering it out, just so that I wouldn't like shoot myself while I was driving. So-
Fair.
God, I hate that fucking fiddle.
But I mean, it seems like you've been dancing around this. Let's talk our song, Adam. How do you feel about our song?
I love our song. It is our song is the slam a screen doors, sneaking out late tap. Like that one is one that I know off by heart,
Yeah.
because I loved it in high school. It it was also the first time, not maybe not the first time, but it was I distinctly remember um like thinking the way that the last verse resolved was really clever. The
Yeah.
idea that it's like this song is all being written, like this song contains is the story of how the song was written. That
Yeah.
it's just like I pulled out a pen and an old napkin and I wrote down our song and I was just like I lost my mind. So I love our song. I think it does everything. It has really fun, like easy to remember lyrics. I think that it's not super hard in terms of its maybe I mean, just because it has such a strong chorus, I think it's very easy to sing along to. I think it tells a really charming story about, kind of a romance at that age. I think that I don't know. I just think it's a really, really cute song and I love singing it and it's a great time.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I wrote down some stuff, but it was just like, I don't know, there's a bunch of them. It's honestly like all of my favorite songs. I like the lyrics too. I think
What about your number one? If you were gonna gush like I did about your number one, how would you gush about it?
A Place in This World. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Well, listening to it as like a 13-year-old who was also like fairly lonely. Oh my gosh, it like came in at the perfect time.
Mm.
I loved it. I remember sitting in my basement because it was late at night and I didn't want to wake up my
Because
parents.
it was late and your
And
mama didn't know.
my mama don't know. Yeah. I used to sing that with I used to sing a bunch of her songs in the basement and like just listen to them. I don't know. I loved it so much. I think it's a lot of her songs, like you said, are like simple and they're catchy, but I think they're effective. And
Mm,
Taylor Swift eventually will get very verbose and wordy, especially by the Torture Poets Department. And like
mm.
sometimes I think that's to some of the song's detriments. I think sometimes, kind of like any good $5 word, like when you use it sparingly, it's great. But sometimes the best way to say something is the simplest way to say something. And, when she says, I'm alone on my own and that's all I know, like,
That's really bad.
it's effective. No, it's
Oh, sorry,
effective
sorry.
and simple. It's great. Like, yeah, it's relatable. There's a lot of lines too, and like I'm only me when I'm with you. Like, don't want to fly if you're still on the ground. Will you drive me crazy half the time? The other half, I'm only trying to let you know that what I feel is true.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't try to hide my fears, my tears, my secrets, or my deepest fears. Through it all, nobody gets me like you do. Like it's so good. Or even like a Picture to Burn. Like again, it's simple. State the obvious. I didn't get my perfect fantasy as an opening line. It sets the tone for the song. You know exactly what you're in for.
mm,
Watch me strike a match on all my wasted time. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another picture to burn. Like, it's a great metaphor. It's straightforward. It's simple. I think it's great. Like, she has really effective songwriting. Liz Rose is her big songwriting, partner for Fearless and debut. And Taylor Swift and Liz Rose are an unstoppable force. They are
mm.
so good together. And I think it really she really learns a lot from Liz Rose. And I mean, she's a terrific songwriter on her own too, like as evidenced by The Outside and A Place in This World. I wrote songs as a 12-year-old. They are not as good as this. They are really bad, but
Oh.
like Taylor Swift made me want to write songs as a kid. I wrote songs about my exes when I was 12. They are not
In
good.
in fairness, I mean, I think the fact that like she like it'll be said that, she wrote them. This is more again to your credit, I want to say that like it'll be touted that she wrote them when she was 13. I'd take a wild guess and say that the iterative process between when she wrote them at 13 and when they were released, we probably ironed out a couple of kinks, right? Like this isn't
Not
just
really.
recorded, really?
Yeah, you can hear the demos for some of the songs. They're pretty pretty exact.
Okay, well, I tried.
Yeah, they're pretty close to it. I mean, like, there's definitely some songs that are better than others. Like, when you dive into her back catalog, like, there's some that are definitely stronger than others. And I think the ones that do make the album often are the strongest. Although, do not get me wrong, I am so fucking hyped for Taylor's version of debut. I need I'd Lie. I need I Heart question mark. I need REVENGE, even though that's technically a Speak Now song. And I really want the 9/11 song. I'm very excited. I don't think it'll make the album, but I really want to hear a 33, 34-year-old Taylor. I don't know when it's coming out. I hope it's coming out this year, but like, I would love to
Talk
hear her
about
sing the 9/11 song. That would make me so happy.
9/11. Yeah, me too, man. Hearing her just like own like, yeah, this is a thing I wrote.
Yeah. That would be amazing. We're not going to get it. I will settle for You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home happily.
Mm,
But yeah, no, I think again for a debut album, there's very few people who have such a clear vision of sort of like uh, what the thesis of their project is.
mm,
We talked about Chapel Roan the last new episode. Like Chapel Roan's this is she had EPs before, but like Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess was her debut album. Came out swinging. You know exactly who she was from that album. I think
hmm.
this sets the tone for Country Taylor really well.
Yeah,
It's romantic, it's wistful, but it's also angry. There's a lot of anger. I really like that because
yeah.
there were a lot of country artists that had the female rage, like, the Chicks, and there's others I'm just kind of blanking right now. But
Mm,
I think for like a tween, there's not a lot of songs that are so relatable at that young an age, or even at like 14 or 15 too. Like there was just something so relatable, and it was almost like a big sister giving you advice and helping you through stuff. And I just, again, it's her writing is like vulnerable and specific, but still able to be fairly universal at the same time,
mm.
you know?
Yeah, I do. Now that you mention it, I guess that this album really does have all of the kind of like themes. It does a really good job of establishing the themes that are going to be pertinent throughout, that are going to make up a lot of the image that Taylor has
Yeah.
in the future in general. Like there's going to be, yeah, like you said, I mean, ultimately something that also like she comes under fire for because haters, but like the whole like, being this complex range of emotions as a young girl in response to, whatever it is that life throws at you. A
Yeah.
lot of this is boys. But there's a lot of really good, yeah, the wistfulness, the like outright just like I'm crying my eyes out song,
Yeah.
the anger, the like, but there's a I think she's still being very, there's not a lot of like even when you think about it, A Place in This World is also a song that is kind of wistful,
Yeah.
but it sounds, it kind of sound like the BPMs are high. It's kind of a beat. Is it written in a major key?
Yeah, it's in E
Yeah.
major.
Yeah, so like you kind of have like a bit of that as well, right?
Yeah.
Where there's a very good amount of energy as well in a lot
Oh
of the
yeah.
singles that are on this album. So like
I
it is
it
interesting.
it's great. I must say, as someone who has at this point now, I've added to my Taylor Swift piano book collection. Some of the
Mm,
earlier country stuff transposes to piano quite easily because she wrote like she originally like she wrote a lot on guitar, and you can tell the songs that she wrote on guitar versus piano because of the tuning. But she knows how to play piano too, and a lot of the earlier stuff translates really well because they're, ballads, and also you can sort of tell like the country song structure is really easily um like recreatable like on a piano.
mm,
Like and it's fun to play too. Like my personal favorites, I love Picture to Burn and Should Have Said No on the piano. It's so much fun to do. Getting all those little like riffs in there from the fiddle, it's so much fun.
yeah.
It's a
I
good
can imagine
time.
they're fun riffs.
Oh yeah. It's a good time. But yeah, I think it really sets the tone for the Taylor Swift project for at least a good few albums. And then you get the multiple reinventions.
Yeah.
So Do you want to guess before some of this might just be gibberish to you, but I actually have Bram's top 10 favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. Do you want to
Ooh,
guess? There is one song from debut that made it actually, it's his fifth favorite song of all time. Do you want to guess which one made it?
Bram's top 10. So this is his top 10, you're saying?
Yeah, so out of Taylor
Okay.
Swift's entire discography, he has picked out 10 favorite songs, and number five is off debut.
Okay. Number five is off debut. There's a part of me that wants to say Cold as You just because I know Bram's a huge sad cowboy fan. Um,
Fair, fair. Do you want to give it like another guess or
I
it's
am gonna give it another guess. No,
yeah.
this is my like knee-jerk reaction, kind of a
Okay.
meme response, but if
Yeah.
I'm right, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Um, I'm gonna say you know what? I'm gonna pick out do a weird pick. I'm gonna say Mary's song.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I
Fair.
think he likes that it's a I think he would like that it's a complex story, like
Fair.
more than some of the other ones.
Fair. I can bring him in to consult. Give me
Okay.
give me a
I thought that
second.
you actually had it. Okay.
Oh, I do have it. I have
Okay.
his top 10 list. But I can have him explain his pick. His
Okay.
fifth favorite Taylor Swift song of all time is Picture to Burn.
Is it really?
It is Picture
Okay.
to Burn. I'll see. Ram! Ram! Oh, he's in the bathroom. Can you
Um,
can you message me why you like Picture to Burn? You can't hear me.
Can you text me from the shitter? I need it for content. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, now, actually, this might be really interesting. While we wait for Bram's response,
Hmm.
do you wanna guess? You could probably guess I think you'll know his first one for sure, but do you want to guess his first favorite song of all time?
His favorite song of
His
all
favorite
time.
Taylor Swift song of all time. Yeah.
So it
Picture to
won't
Burn's number
be
five.
So it won't be off. I might not be able to because again, I'm only familiar with like the like really familiar or like the really
It's
really
you
popular
know this
songs.
song. I
I
know for
know
a
this
fact
song
you
for
know this
sure.
song. We have also mentioned it in this episode so far.
Have okay.
I can tell you the album it's off of.
No, that won't help me.
Okay. Fair. Or
Um
yeah, you have
uh
no conception of the
I have
albums.
I yeah, I'm
I
really not
forget
an
that.
that's my other thing is that I'm a singles enjoyer. I'm not an
Fair.
albums kind of guy, generally
Fair.
speaking. But that's, again, other reasons why you shouldn't take my music opinions too seriously. Um, but we've mentioned it already. It's probably in the zeitgeist. Top Taylor Swift song. Do I feel like he's a classic? Like, ooh, I don't think he's gonna like any of the stuff that's like weird or very like too poppy. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a wild. I'm gonna say he's a man after my own heart, and he's a "You Belong with Me" guy.
He actually loves the pop stuff.
Does he
Yes,
really?
his
Man,
favorite
I do not know this guy.
his top three Taylor Swift songs are all pop songs. And then I like to think I influenced him because he also picked up on a couple of my favorite songs too. Um, so his first favorite is Style, top Taylor
His
Swift song. He
style.
loves that
Okay,
song. He loves that
fair.
song. It's a great
Okay,
song
it's a good
too.
song. Yeah.
Great song too.
Hmm.
I cannot give you my top 10 because it's been 3.5 weeks and I'm still making it. Um, Style I think is up there because I have a nostalgic top 10 and then I have to factor in like what am I listening to? But Bram was able to give me his really quickly. So number one is Style.
Also, brief shout out to another song that we've already mentioned that I fucking adore, which is Wildest Dreams.
That's his
Fucking love
third
that
favorite
song.
song of all time.
Is it
It is.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, man after my own heart, a little
Absolutely.
bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Fucking love Wildest Dreams.
So it's Style, Karma, which is off Midnights, Wildest Dreams, Haunted, which is off Speak Now. It's one of my favorites. Picture to
Mm,
Burn, which is also one of my favorites.
mm,
Enchanted, which is off Speak Now.
mm,
Long Live, which is also off Speak Now. Betty off of Folklore. Ivy off of Evermore. And I Can Do It with a Broken Heart from the Tortured Poets Department.
mm. I like Ivy.
Ivy's a good one.
Um, Interesting. Okay, so wow, style.
Number one.
Interesting. That's because to me, like, I know that style, I know that it was a very popular one, but to me, it feels like a among Taylor Swift like hits, it kind of feels like it settles into the B tier. Like, I feel like
Really?
they were the ones that like not as like I'm sure if I listened to it more and I'd be like, oh yeah,
What are
maybe
you
this is like a really
doing?
clever song,
What are
but
you doing in there?
the
Sorry.
little squishies being
What are you
squishy.
doing? Hold on, I have to take off
Oh,
the
good
headphones.
cat.
Hello, sorry.
No, no worries.
I don't know if you heard any of that exchange.
No, I heard, I think most of it. I heard, come back, give me kisses, bye bye, love you.
He's
So
very good. She likes Taylor Swift
she's
too.
very
I don't know if I've spilled the beans on that yet.
that your cat likes Taylor
She's
Swift.
obsessed with Taylor Swift, yeah.
Mm,
It's to
I
the
believe.
point. So like there was a point in my life, I was watching the Eras tour a lot.
Hmm.
And not
Have
just
we
like
talked
the
about
live
this?
shows.
We didn't talk about it on the last episode, did we?
No, I don't think so.
No.
The depths of the
Well,
brain rot.
this is the time. This is the time to out yourself. This
Uh,
was, yeah. This was a there was a like to put this in a bit of context for everybody. There was like a point. I think there was a point like when we started talking again that like I think Taylor Swift came up in almost every conversation.
yeah, yeah.
And I distinctly remember the moment where where I was just like where you got me over to watch the Eras tour, and I think it was like 2 a.m. and I
Yeah.
got up and you were just like, no wait, you gotta see like
You only made
I don't
it to
know the
red.
outfits or something. Yeah, I only made it to red, and I was just like, I gotta go home tomorrow. I
It
gotta
was the
get out of here.
Vancouver ones too. It's because of the time change. I forgot there was a time difference.
Did you say Coomer ones?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
No.
Oh, um,
Oh,
all right. Sorry, that's my brain rot.
that's okay. Yeah, so I've seen the surprise songs from every single all 149 shows. I've seen the surprise songs. I have seen I can safely say I think Nashville is when I started watching the shows, but I watched Glendale Night One because people were streaming it on TikTok. I have horrible insomnia. I also tend to
Hmm.
do most of my productive thesis work at night. And so when I needed something to listen to, I would just listen to the show because it's 3.5 hours ish. I could get all my work done. I would take breaks, but it like was predictable enough that I knew what was going on. Also, I had a series of like a lot of big crises and a lot of big life stuff that was happening. And when my
Yeah.
life was in complete chaos, the only consistent thing I had was the Eras tour and like the chaos of the surprise songs.
Yeah.
So
Taylor Swift came down with like a like the hand outstretched with the taco in it to deal with Tamara's.
literally. Well, it sucked me in, right? So I watched Glendale Night One and I was like, Fearless is the second set. And I was like sitting in my room being like, oh my God, I haven't heard these songs in so long. But like I started getting sucked back in when Fearless Taylor's version came out. We were living together and I listened to
Mm,
it and I hadn't listened to the entire album of Fearless in so long. And I was like, I don't think I knew every word to it. I remembered every single word to it.
mm.
And it brought me like right back. And I was like, damn, I forgot how good some of these songs were. Um,
That's awesome.
it was great, but I saw Glendale Night One, and then Phoebe Bridgers was opening. I think around Nashville is when she started opening, and I'm a big, huge Phoebe Bridgers fan, like
Yeah.
obsessive Phoebe Bridgers fan, like top fan every year since 2020. Um,
Yeah.
and so then I started watching her opening set, and then I would just stay for the show, and I got sucked into it. Either way, this is all to say, Squishy likes Taylor Swift a lot, because
That's some fucking like
it's a tangent, man.
Yeah, no, the tangent is one thing, but it's just like, yeah, I did all of this. Like, I watched all of the show, or not all of the shows, but I watched. I know every surprise song. I watched like the shows starting from like this point. So yeah, so the cat really likes Taylor Swift.
Well, no, like I have
Like,
videos.
Samara, I think you like Taylor Swift.
No, no, I swear the cat, I have videos I would put on the Eras tour and I would like leave and go do something and the cat would watch it and would be actually
Really,
watching the TV because at one point I was watching the show was on and All Too Well 10 was happening and at one point during the Eras movie Taylor Swift points and I have a video of Squishy reacting to it.
really.
Yeah, like she has like, there's also, I've like, we've watched the show many times together. She watches it, like, she comes over and sits on the couch and will tap
Mm.
her tail to the beat.
Really? I do remember you sent me, yeah, you did send me a picture of her like watching the Eras tour and
Yeah,
seeming like, yeah, just fully absorbed.
yeah. No, when she, like, if I need to get work done and bird videos aren't cutting it, I will put on the Eras tour for the cat and she watches it.
Oh, it's funny. Squishy's a hilarious cat.
She's the greatest. I love her.
Uh,
Okay, Bram is back
Hello.
to explain. Hold on, he has to come put on the headphones. Um,
Guest starring Bram.
Hi,
He's coming with the steel
we
chair.
were
Hello.
talking about your favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time. Adam got it wrong.
Ooh.
He thought your
Yeah.
favorite Taylor Swift song of all
I
time
also
would
ca
be You Belong With Me.
I called your favorite
What? Oh.
I call Really? Oh, fuck you.
I mean, it's a good song. I don't know if it's top 10, but
Well, I called Style a B tier song, so how about that?
well, we can all be wrong, and that's okay. I've heard that there's a question as to why I like Picture to Burn.
Yeah, hold on. Why did my
No,
computer
not
go dark?
questioning, because I like Picture to Burn too. We were just
Right.
like
But
my
it's your
my
fifth
main one
favorite
was
song of all
yeah.
time.
No, no, not my fifth favorite song of all time.
It's on your list.
Taylor
So
Swift
tomorrow's
song,
just trying to
maybe.
Yeah, your fifth
gaslight.
favorite Taylor Swift song. Oh my
My
God,
fifth
no.
favorite song of all
I
time.
meant Taylor Swift songs, not favorite song of all time. No, no, no.
You'll get him next time tomorrow, don't worry.
That's a great question. That's a great question. You know what? I think it's got a real fun, catchy chorus. I like the kind of pop rock, like rebel girl type aesthetic. It's fun.
You like
It's a
country
fun.
music too.
I also like the country music aspect of it. I mean, Picture to Burn is not one of the more country songs on the album, but you know,
It's a
it's
little more rock and
it
roll-ish.
is.
It's a little
It
more,
is,
yeah.
and I like the kind of fusion of the both of them. I think it's very successful.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I wish I had more notes to this discussion, but I just think it's kind of a banger.
Yeah, we're talking. You're talking about Picture of Burn this entire time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious about style. What is it that you like about it?
Uh,
Is it just like just kind of a feel thing or
uh, no, I think it's like a really solid performance from her. I think that like the throbbing bass line is like really engaging. It's a very danceable song. It's got like a super fun chorus and break to it. Um, I don't know, man. It's something about like the 80s guitar, something about like um the like I mean, a lot of 1989 has that like nostalgia factor
Yeah, it's pretty timeless
lyric.
too.
Mm.
Yeah, timeless is a good way to put it. It's
It
also
never
why I like
goes out of
Wildest
style?
No,
Dreams. Yeah,
truly, like it aged so well and it will
yeah.
continue to age.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's got that same thing as like as Wildest Dreams also has, where it's like very irreverent. It's very like rose tinted glasses, even for like a dysfunctional relationship, very clearly a
Mm.
dysfunctional relationship. And I think having um both an acknowledgement of the faults of each of the people in the relationship, as well as celebrating the moment that has passed, is a great lyrical theme. I think Style is all around a very interesting package. I I don't know if it's my favorite though. I actually, you know
Are you
what?
changing your
I think
list?
I'm changing my list.
Oh my God, is
I think
Karma's number
I
one?
think Karma's my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Oh,
Really?
really?
I
Wow,
love it.
this is the one that I haven't heard. So
Yeah. Adam
I
Adam does not know much of the discography, so
no worries, Adam. If you listen to it, I guarantee you at least one of the hooks is gonna remain lodged in your head. Like
I believe it.
every other goddamn line in Karma is just like, wow, oh my God, that's in my head for a fucking week now.
Karma is
That's a
my
good hook.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
like it's like every every chorus is a hook, every verse is a hook, every
Yeah.
pre-verse is a hook, everything is a hook. We're just
Mm,
like, what? God damn, all of these could be choruses because they're so catchy.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's my favorite.
Really?
Okay.
Should I
Well,
officially change the ranking
Yeah,
then?
I'd officially change it.
The other thing to note as well too is that Bram, as a gift to me, his lovely girlfriend, when I finish my thesis, Bram is going to listen to every Taylor Swift album again, and we'll rank them, uh,
Whatever gets
and
her to
review
finish
them.
the fucking thesis.
So I'm excited to see if any of your rankings changed because like you listened to like Folklore and Evermore when they came out before I
I
did,
did,
like
yeah.
a good two
I
years
also
before
listened
I
to
did.
Lover before you did. I listened
Did
to
not listen to most of Lover.
Yeah.
I still have not.
Still
mm,
haven't. No.
No, I might have to listen to it with
I listened
Adam.
to Red in high school. I listened to 1989 in high school. It was because it was a time where I was just listening to a lot of new music, and I don't remember who even recommended it, but someone was like, "Hey, if you're like really in this moment of listening to a lot of music, you should check out Taylor Swift." And I was like, "You know what? I'm at a point where I'm very open about music, and I really want to explore everything. So I got to do my due diligence." I didn't necessarily love them, but it was like it was still something I can say I did.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now how many times have you watched the Eras tour?
I think, well, in full once, really in full only once,
Yeah.
but in
Mm,
part a dozen times at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I can.
Bram
yeah.
Bram was a good sport and every time the show was on and we were at home and he was free, he would watch surprise songs with me, which
Yeah, because
meant that
Oh,
I knew it meant a lot to you.
well, it was the fun chaos of being like, what song is it gonna be? And then
Yeah, and
like
not that I knew any of the songs when they did show up, but
you knew some,
you're getting excited gets me excited.
yeah, you knew some of them.
Yeah.
You could tell when
Oh, and you know what gets me excited?
what's that?
WrestleMania,
WrestleMania.
baby! WrestleMania
When John Cena gets into the cage
with
with Billy
Cody
Bob Thornton and
Rhodes.
beats the shit out of him for being a terrible actor.
Oh, ah,
I like how we go
the
from
cream rises to the top. WrestleMania. It's coming.
By
I
the
think
way, I don't
it's like
actually.
April 10th or something. So WrestleMania. Watch WrestleMania. It's on Netflix now, you know.
Yeah. By the way, I don't. Disclaimer: I don't actually hate Billy Bob Thornton as an actor or a
No, a
person. He
very
just plays
talented
it.
actor.
He just plays a heel in almost every movie he plays
No,
in, and it
and he's
makes me
good
hate
at
his
it too.
face.
He's a
He's
talented
really
man.
good, but it makes me hate his face.
You could instead say Bam Bam Bigelow, which is a great name and an actual wrestler.
I
Bam Bam
like
Bigelow is a great one.
I like how tonally
Oh,
this
also
podcast went.
speaking of wrestling, so WrestleMania 5,
Okay.
I learned that there's a tag team called the Twin Towers.
Is it always 9/11?
It's always 9/11. And so it's like, oh my God, Shawn Michaels, he's gonna take down the Twin Towers.
That one went down in history. I'll tell you that
He's gonna
much.
destroy the Twin Towers here,
He's gonna
blow up their spot.
he's gonna melt those motherfucking steel beams.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
well.
dear Lord. That's
WrestleMania. Okay, see
fantastic.
ya.
All right, bye.
Sorry, I was helping out
No,
Grandma.
that's all right.
I like how
WrestleMania.
tonally we went from Taylor Swift to WrestleMania to Taylor Swift to WrestleMania to Taylor Swift to WrestleMania. That's
I think I want to keep
It's
the
always WrestleMania, baby.
I want to keep the Swifties on their toes.
yeah. I mean, this podcast has mass appeal. We've got Taylor Swift
Yeah.
and WrestleMania.
And the wrestling crowd behind us. Those could be hugely powerful demographics if they were to be like drafted together in an army.
The Swifties can tussle online for the future, for the
Mm.
rest of the show. Adam, how are
Hmm.
you feeling about listening to more albums?
That I guess I was gonna ask that question was just like, are we gonna do an episode dedicated to each album, or do you? Because I think that it might be more interesting, or sort of just a better way to. Because I'm probably not going to have like, I don't know that either of us are going to have like the most to say about each album to cover like an hour or 2 hours. I wonder, would it make sense to split them into like not to use a to overuse the term, but eras of Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Is it?
I mean like each album is an era. Like
Oh, well.
yeah, that's kind of how it works. I you here's the thing. As we get further into the discography, the albums get longer for some of them.
Mm.
And I mean, I think we can definitely combine some of them. But you know what? I'll let you drive the reins. I would say like we could do I would suggest maybe doing Fearless next.
Mm.
But after that, like we can go in whatever order you want. We can listen to as many or as few as you want.
Okay. I mean, I think if there's a few that you think are again, I kind of would if there's 12 of these, I guess it wouldn't take too long. I just don't know if we would do an episode on each of them, but like
Yeah,
we definitely should
we can
yeah,
combine some of them.
I'm down to listen to her entire discography anyway, just out of a matter of morbid
Oh my
curiosity.
goodness. Are you
So,
taking this project on as well too?
well, hang on, wait. Sorry, when I say entire discography, I mean like mainline released albums, none of this like back catalog shit, none of this like whatever. Like,
Okay, so the albums and the vaults with the albums, the released vaults.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
sounds good.
With reserving the right at any point to change my mind and be like, nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Fair. I want to hear you. I mean, here's the thing. I haven't heard every Taylor Swift song. There are some
Oh.
I know enough of that I'm like, I don't want to listen to this.
Mm.
But yeah, there's a lot of Red I haven't heard. There's honestly before this episode, I had never heard Tied Together with a Smile or A Perfectly Good Heart and
Really?
Invisible. I did not listen to them as a kid. I did not like actually I made a playlist on YouTube of Taylor Swift songs that I have just never heard the full thing of. Let me see how many songs there are. I'm not going to
You
read
put
you the
them
whole
on a
thing.
playlist, but you didn't listen to them?
Yeah, I didn't listen to them.
Huh. All right.
I mean, like I've started listening to them. Some of them are genuinely because I do not like them, and
Mm.
I could not get through them.
You heard it here first, people. Even the Taylor Swift, born again Taylor Swiftie,
I
cannot
still
listen to
have
some Taylor Swift
standards.
songs. Yeah,
I have
exactly.
standards. The other thing too is that I have very much conflicting opinions with people that I don't know if I want to say this. I feel like I fear I'll be
Mm.
chastised. I don't love
I, b-
Reputation. I really don't like
mm.
it. I I like it better
Mm.
than Lover. I think Lover is her worst album ever because it's boring and bad. Reputation's at least interesting in the way it's bad. Um, I don't like a lot of. I mean, I like the high points of it. Don't get me wrong. When I went to go see the Eras tour, I went hard during Reputation twice. It was great. There's nothing compares to that. I still, the thing is like the live versions of those songs are a lot better than the studio recorded versions.
Mm.
Um, yeah, okay, there's 58 songs that either I have not listened to. Actually, no, there's a few I have worked through now. Um, yeah, there's I'm gonna say like maybe 50 songs that I just have not finished or have not listened to.
Mm.
Some of
Okay.
them are also because I know they're incredibly sad. Like Ronin, which is the song about a 3-year-old that dies of cancer.
Oh my God. All
Um
right.
Yeah. Oh, I have listened to Cornelia Street now.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm actually going through this. Um, but yeah, there's some. Oh my gosh, I can actually remove a bunch of them now. There's some that I just don't know well I put on here, but I have heard. Okay. There's about like I would say 40. I chopped off 10 of them that I was like, okay, I have heard these
I
now.
have actually heard them. Okay.
Yeah. So there's still 40 songs. Like I don't know well. Like I might know their chorus because you just kind of pick up stuff. Also, watching the Eras tour that many times, many of these were surprise songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's at least a good 40 songs that I have not completed listening to or have not heard.
Hmm. Okay, so this will be an adventure for us both,
Oh
if you will.
God. Yeah.
So,
Oh, it'll be interesting. A lot of them are on it's honestly it's a bunch of Red, it's a lot of Lover and a lot like a couple of Reputation songs. Yeah. But
well,
yeah,
I'm
if
interested to see it happen.
it'll be interesting. Well, you know what? Again, you tell me when you've hit your tolerance. We can also spread this out too. Like there's no need to rush through everything.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's up to you. Again, like I just don't want you to get oversaturated and
I'll take detox moments with like my more main music genres.
fair.
But
Fair.
yeah, no, I'm interested again. I think I think she is an interesting artist, and I think it's I remember, I think early, that's another thing that I remember early on was I think the after around, I want to say maybe even around like Fearless Red 1989, like this kind of era between like 2010, 2014. Maybe I quoted the albums wrong, but like the years I'm pretty convinced of 2012 to 2014 I started hearing comparisons in pop culture, like people comparing Taylor Swift in her influence on popular music and popular culture as like to Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And I almost argue, as much as I love the King of Pop, I think she's kind of got him beat. I think
Yeah.
she's done something kind of fucking insane with her impact and influence on popular culture.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Eras Tour saved the US economy from a recession, created two earthquakes, um, and broke records night after night.
yeah, no, there's a lot you can say about Michael, but making a natural disaster happen, not one
Yeah.
of them.
I think it was like Seattle Night Wonder Night too. There was seismic activity reported because there were so many Swifties jumping at the Eras Tour at the same time. Like I shit you not.
Oh God.
Yeah. Again,
Love it.
like I think there's
Literal
something
forces of nature, the
literal,
Swifties.
literal. Like I think there's something to be said as well too for the ability, like her power of nostalgia. Like I don't think I would have been brought back into the fold had it not been the Taylor's version like started it, but like the Eras tour is what really drew me back in and
Mm.
also made me spend money to go see it twice as well. Like it wasn't
Money, ladies and gentlemen, with a capital M.
to be fair, I paid face value for both of my tickets. I got them during production dropped. And the first ticket was $90.
Mm.
The second one was not $90. But the first one was $90 and it was the GA seating at the Rogers Center and we had an incredible view and I was like, all right, this is my one time going. That's amazing. And then the next night, my friend came over and she really wanted to go because she didn't get tickets in the Ticket Alliance.
Mm.
So we joined the queue and we managed to get tickets. Uh, it was a whole thing. That's a story for another time. But yeah, no, it was I paid face value. So I
Yeah.
did I also did go see the movie on opening night because someone sold me a ticket for like two tickets for $40, which was an
Oh,
insane
nice.
deal. It was
Yeah,
very
that's not
fun.
bad. Was it like a premium showing the documentary
It wasn't a documentary, it was just the concert movie.
or sorry, the concert movie?
It was at the VIP cinemas, so I learned the tickets themselves were not $40, but it was like a friend of one of my like childhood best friends who's like a diehard Swiftie who is living for my born again Swiftiness because he
Hmm.
got into Taylor Swift when I had stopped listening to her. He got in
Right.
at Red, and I didn't listen to Red when it came out. So this is like us bonding over many years of like being like, I did not listen.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a friend of his who sold it to me and was like, yeah, I can't go. I bought tickets the next night, $40. I'm like, okay, sounds good.
I'll
So
take them.
yeah,
Fuck
no.
it.
Oh my God, it was amazing. We went. I went with like a random friend who had like never seen the show. And she also then started trying to get tickets to go after seeing the movie. She's like, I have to see this.
I must see it live.
Yeah, well, I mean, Adam, if you're willing, if you
To
want to watch
what?
it, if you want to
Oh,
watch
the
it,
movie?
yeah.
Maybe. How long's the movie?
Well, the here's the thing. The set list changed, and so Tortured Poets isn't on it. So the only one we have currently is 3.5 hours.
Okay.
You can watch it on your own time, and then we can talk about it.
Uh,
I had put that
I
in
sure
episode
could.
ideas.
Oh gosh. Maybe we'll see.
Again, you tell me whatever you are into. And if not, if the Swifties online feel like bullying you into it, I will not be opposed.
I'm not a like that would take a solid bit of bullying because like I'm gonna be so for real. I'm not a concert guy, and there's still a residual bit of me that's still like that little bit of a hater. So I'm not about sacrificing 3.5 hours. Like, you know what I could watch in that time? I could probably watch Shrek 2 twice, and I'd rather do that.
Yeah, but but is Shrek 2? No, I can't say that.
Yes. Yes.
I can't
I don't
say it.
I don't know what
You
you were
can't
about to
say
say,
it.
but yes.
You can't say it. Um, yeah, no, it's honestly it's a time, but I mean, yeah. I think it's also like it is very long. It is very long, but it does not feel that long when you're there. Uh,
Mm,
or also, I guess when you're watching, it's a different story. But like when, like I stood both times for 3.5 hours. The first
yeah.
time I had a seat, but I didn't. I wanted to see better, so I stood. And then the second
Yeah.
time, my seat kind of got like taken up, and I was with my friend, and she needed the seat, so I was like, "Fuck it, I will stand." And I stood. I stood the whole night. Also for Gracie's set too, so I stood for probably like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It was a
N-
lot. It was
No,
great.
yeah, and no, I understand it, and I'm kind of like I get it. I'm just like I stood for most of the one time that they got the Hatsune Miku concert in Toronto. I stood for most of that, but like, you know. That was also like I don't know, there's parts of my brain that you kind of have to trigger at a concert in order for me to pay attention for the whole thing. And for me, like watching the holograms and all that shit at the Vocaloid concert, like that just made me pop off. I was like, how the fuck do you even do that? Like I was just watching the pretty lights, so
I mean, like the production value of the Eras Tour is insane, I will say. Like the blurry stream that we saw does not do
yeah.
it justice.
No, but the
Um,
sets looked incredible. The sets
oh,
looked kind of mind-bending.
and the costumes and the fact that
And
there's
the
like a
costumes, yes.
whole wardrobe of
Yeah.
like and the fact that like the backup dancers also have different costumes for every era. There's different microphones for every era.
Mm.
Like even the band gets outfits for some eras as well too. It's pretty like from a production standpoint, it is a pretty incredible show. Like I've been to a lot of concerts in my life. And I think this was the most visually stunning show I've ever been to.
Mm, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I do recognize the amount of production value and the like cultural importance that like the fact that it is far more than a concert. Like it really is. It's an experience.
Truly, no. And like
Like,
the thing is like between each era, it's maybe 2 minutes.
yeah. It's an impressive. It's a spy level quick change time. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Speaking of quick changes, we'll do this maybe in another bonus episode. You gotta see the
Mm.
shoulda said no quick changes. That like became a thing for so long. Like whenever she performed shoulda said no, she had like we'll show you the videos and you'll react to them, but the shoulda said no quick changes are iconic and a thing of legend. So you will experience that.
I guess I will.
Yeah. Well, Adam, how does it feel to start the path of brain rot?
Start the swift journey. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little excited, a little nervous. A lot of different emotions going through here, but mostly just along for the ride.
There. Well,
Interested to see where it goes.
thank you for indulging me.
Thank you for
Truly.
exposing me
I'm glad
to
you
Taylor.
enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift was definitely one of the albums of all time
There
that
you
I've listened to.
go. Good. Well, you know what? You did this for me. I'll give you one Hatsune Miku album.
Weird thing about Hatsune Miku, if I had the opportunity to make you listen to music, it wouldn't be Hatsune Miku. Second of all, not generally. It's an interesting thing. We can probably go into this into another episode, but there generally isn't albums, just because of the fact that Hatsune Miku is far less a tool than she is an artist, or far
Fair.
more a tool than she is an artist. So,
Fair.
you know,
Well,
it's like if guitars had albums. It's like that doesn't make any sense.
yeah, yeah, when you put it that way. Either way, I was trying to be nice.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
but you pick the next one. We'll
All right.
uh we'll do this, and then you let me know if there's any. I would say look into to pick the post Fearless Taylor Swift albums because I am going to make you at least listen to Fearless because I mean
Mm,
it'll be a pleasure.
I believe it.
Look at the track lists and see if any which ones if you don't want to go chronologically because we can always go chronologically, but if you don't want to do chronologically, look at the track list and see if there's any that like appeal to you based on like the song titles and aesthetic or vibe of the album.
Yeah. I will. I will.
I'll be excited to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be some good music and some probably shit music from time to time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll get heaven and hell here. It'll be a great time.
It'll be great. We'll have a good time doing it. And hopefully the Swifties will bully you into doing more of this. Either
Hopefully the
way.
Swifties will bully me.
Yay, that's a great place to end it.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
There's the cold open.
That a Ric Flair woo? Woo!
Is it? I
I
guess.
guess
It's just the way I woo.
wrestling
Okay,
is
quick.
I'm so wrestling brain rotted.
Not to get too far off topic, but
Mm,
I am curious. At this point, as you are watching WrestleMania 5, I know it's quite premature.
mm.
Can you rank the WrestleManias that you've seen so far?
You know what, Adam? I'm
What?
so glad you've asked. I've
Why's that?
already started doing it.
Oh my God.
Really? Oh, I
I
can't wait to
literally
see it.
just so okay.
He has a note on
So
his phone.
so far, the WrestleMania is in order. I've not finished five, so it's not on the list. It goes three. Three's at the very top,
Okay.
followed by four, which is kind
Hmm.
of like a tournament. It's like the tournament arc of WrestleMania. It's kind of amazing. Um,
What? Isn't WrestleMania all
no,
tournament?
no. It's all
Oh,
just
okay.
like kind of random matches where it's like this match is
Mm.
happening, and then this one here's like a preset match for the title of Intercontinental Champion, of Heavyweight Champion, of Tag Team Champion. But in four, it's all tournament stuff,
Okay, interesting. All right.
which is super fun. There's a great moment where Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant are double eliminated, which is
What?
just fucking awesome
That's
because they
wild.
both hit each other with a chair.
Oh, that's
So
fucking
great.
sick.
It's so great.
All right.
Then we got one, WrestleMania one, and at the bottom is two, mainly because it's kind of a weird one. It's like a black sheep WrestleMania, where
Hmm.
like I kind of like I don't really know what to say about it. It's just it's so weird. There's a boxing match between Roddy Piper and Mr. T. There's like a Royal Rumble thing, but there's like six football players in it. It's very weird.
That is odd.
Although it is
That's
really fun to see William the Refrigerator Perry. If you've never seen William the Refrigerator Perry, you have to look up a picture of him right now.
Is he a fridge of a man?
He's the fridge. That's his thing.
William the Refrigerator Perry.
Gotta look him up.
Okay,
Huge man.
images. Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah, there
Holy
you go.
shit!
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a picture. Jesus Christ, he looks like a Roblox character.
He's built diffy.
Oh
He
my
he is
God.
built different
Jesus
in every
Christ.
way possible.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's kind of
Oh my God.
amazing.
It's like I'm looking at a picture of him like in his prime and like
Mm.
he's a big fit dude, but then there's a picture of him
Oh,
like I'm guessing he retired and he's Jesus Christ,
it's
the diameter of
awesome.
his head is insane.
It's amazing.
Oh my God, he's
He's a talented
huge.
individual. All right, well,
Crazy.
I'll
All
be
right.
back soon to give Tamara cookies, so store all your questions for me until then.
Cookies.